Alright, so the plan is to put an LED strip here along the grill to illuminate it like the Mazda 6 has. So here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need an LED strip. This particular one costs like 520 pesos at Concorde. You could probably get it for less at Lazada or Deeco. And here's a fuse tap. Like, you're gonna need that. For this video, we're gonna do the fuse tap method. You're gonna need that. I bought that from Lazada. Like, for 3 pieces, it's like 550 pesos. The 3 fuse taps come each with a fuse. And you're also gonna need a terminal connector for the negative end for the ground. So like I said, it's gonna go roughly around this spot, this in between the chrome part and the painted fender. So what? Luckily, this LED strip, like, it has a flat end. This is where this part lights up, and this one is just like plastic. So you're going to put that in between the plastic and the, yeah, just like that, and it's gonna run all the way down there up to the next end. And theoretically, that should stick because it's pretty tight there. Before you pull out the fuse, it's important to know that which fuse you're pulling. So if you look at the fuse diagram of your car, like every car comes with this, should come with this. Like, you're gonna want to find something that's not critical, so not anything like the engine, the AC, the automatic transmission, I believe. You're gonna want to find something like the headlights, because you're gonna run the LED lights parallel to the headlights. So if you look at the diagram, it's over here, these two, and that corresponds with these two. Okay, so something weird's happening. Like, this is the fuse that the fuse tap came with, and I can't put it in. If I put too much force, it might break. So I'm guessing this is they shipped the wrong fuse with the fuse tap. Luckily, I bought a new set of new fuses. Now, if you look closely, for example, this fuse, you're gonna notice that it's actually, the original fuse is actually smaller than the new fuse, but that's okay because this is a what do you call it, a low profile fuse, and this is like a micro fuse. So they're actually interchangeable, and they're actually compatible with each other. Like, this can go in there. So I'm guessing this is a much better fit for these slots. Okay, so if you look at it, like, this is what it should look like. This is the fuse that you're gonna use for your new LED strip. So the fuse on top, that goes to the new device. The fuse on the bottom, that should be the original fuse. But in our case, since these accept the longer ones, since you can't put the like the shorter ones in there, you're gonna need new longer ones. So here's another long fuse. You can put it that way. There we go. So now you have basically 2 fuses in there. Okay, so later on you're gonna want to put it this way. So that's where the original fuse went. You're gonna put it that way so it will look like that. I've been told that whichever way you put it, like if you put it this way, like, it will be fine for like small electronics like an LED light or a dash cam. So I wouldn't be too worried about whether you put it this way or that way. And same goes for the fuse, because fuses don't have polarity. Whichever way the current flows, it will be fine. Okay, so at the end of the fuse tap, there's a crimp connector here, and what you're gonna want to put this red wire here, so basically it makes a connection. And since this is a little too short for my taste, I'm gonna try and splice it. I don't have a proper splice stripper, so I'm gonna use a pair of pliers. There we go. I'm gonna use the pliers to crimp it. I've never used a crimp before. It's either solder or like twisted. So next you're gonna connect the negative terminal to this what do you call this, connection terminal. Put it there. This is also a crimp, so yeah. How am I gonna do that? There we go. I think that's it. Okay, so now you're gonna undo this part. So we're basically gonna undo this. We're gonna put the negative, the one where we put the yellow crimp. Put that there. There we go. There we go. Nice and tight. Next, I'm gonna plug in the fuse tap here. That's where we got it from earlier. There we go. See, like, so yeah, it works. Like if you look closely, like, can you zoom in? Yeah, that's lighting up nicely. But it's like very low power, so you wouldn't notice it in the daylight. Okay, so the real challenge is where to put it, because I wanted to run down here, like between the chrome and the bumper. So here, there. Oops, not too much. There. Go in there. There, that's brilliant. Like, look at that. Like, look how smooth that is. Like, you wouldn't even notice that it would be there. Now, if you're watching this and wondering, that's not the proper tool to do it. Like, yes, you're right. This isn't the proper tool to do it, but yeah, there. That's nice.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Just put it. So, you know, it's gonna be hard to remove this. Okay, so as you can see, this is how we've fitted it now. Like, that's going from like here, like going from under this piece of metal, then going through that. Oh, you're gonna fit it through that, then here, then all the way down. And it's kind of hard here because, well, first of all, because of this, the plate, the location mod that I did, and then it's gonna run all the way there, in between the black plastic and the chrome bit. Like, there we go. Let's see, it fits very snugly, and this is for the like 2018 model. But if you got the previous Mazda 3 version, like before the facelift, it's gonna be a bit different. But that's how I would do it, like fit it between a piece of pieces of trim. Okay, so the only real problem we have left is where to put this little transformer thing that goes to the LED strip. So what I'm thinking is that we tape it, so we tape it to the fuse box lid in such a way that it'll go here. Yeah, I think that's a fairly smart way to do it. Yeah, here. So kindly remember that. I'm gonna use this tape thing now. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't like fall off. There. So now it won't shake around and stuff. Yeah, just place it back.